Hello and welcome to Who'd Win?
DC sucks.
This is episode 3. So if you're like, whoa, episode 3, I haven't seen the other two. Well, that's how YouTube works. Go back and watch them and come back to us in like 20 minutes. We'll just wait here.
A few moments later.
Okay, thanks for coming back. So now you know how everything works. Basically what we do is we pick two fairly evenly matched characters from the Marvel Universe, and we see who would win in a battle. We have no script. We have not shared our opinions with each other in advance, so it is completely off the cuff. The only thing prepared in advance are some slides that Aidan prepares for the visuals that go into the video later on with each character's abilities. So, in episode 3, we have elected to pit Groot
Versus Rocket.
Raccoon.
Yep.
So you might know these two characters from the Guardians of the Galaxy movies in the MCU and some of the Avengers movies. You'll know that they're very good friends, and we have somehow mistakenly almost picked best friends to have battles in all 3 of our episodes so far. Kind of weird. Yeah. But Aidan, why don't you give us a rundown of Rocket's abilities?
Rocket has a whole bunch of guns. He is very smart. He has very good accuracy, and he has raccoon powers.
His raccoon powers is a trash panda.
Yep.
Okay. So for those of you who don't know more about Rocket Raccoon, basically he's an alien raccoon that was experimented on. That kind of varies from source to source, it appears. But he's basically a slightly more athletic and advanced raccoon with genius level intellect, and he, as he does in the MCU movies, can tinker and make just about anything. He's actually like a really great leader. He's often the leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy in the comics when Star-Lord isn't. Alright, so why don't you tell us a little bit about Groot?
Groot can control plants. He has healing powers. He can change his size. And he is actually smart, really smart. So,
Groot is obviously an alien. He's from a planet called Planet X. Yep.
He is?
And he is.
Oh.
And all the people or aliens on Groot's planet are like Groot. They all have the same speech thing. It's actually because they have a hardened larynx, so it can't make sounds that we can understand. So it just sounds like I'm Groot. That's some comic science for you. Turns out Groot in the comics and in the movies has died like a bunch of times, so you'll know that Groot in the movies has died at least the one time that we see and kind of has grown over time in the movies. But in the comics, he's also died to save his friends like 4 or 5 times, and each time when he returns, he grows from a little sapling just like he does in the movies, and he's not exactly the same Groot. They don't explain how that really works, but he's not exactly the same Groot. They all kind of have the same powers, so it doesn't much matter. But yeah, it's basically controlling plants and being able to form different parts of his body using plant matter like he does in the movies. So he can do about anything. He's also really strong. He's also super strong. You see that in the movies too when he slings about around the baddies. But he's often the person in the comics that kind of lays his life on the line for his friends, just like the movies. So the movies have done a great job of capturing both characters pretty well.
Yeah.
All right. I guess that brings us to it. Who wins? Let's decide. What's the countdown again, Aidan? I still forget this. All of you at home should be doing this with us right now.
Cap, Thor, Iron Man, shoot.
Cap, Thor, Iron Man, shoot. There we go.
Cap, Thor, Iron Man, shoot.
How do we do that?
I don't know.
All right, you're going to have to go first on this one. Tell me why Rocket can beat Groot.
Okay, I mean, Rocket does have a whole bunch of guns. He'll just take his biggest gun. I mean, in the movies, it was the building exploded and he just went down. He just got killed by saving his friends. But he
You mean when the ship exploded and Groot turned into like a big ball and covered them all up? Yeah. That did kill him.
I mean. So oddly enough, I think Rocket could at least do that much damage with at least his best gun.
So you're banking on Rocket being able to either have a gun or invent a gun.
Yes.
That can just obliterate Groot into a bunch of splinters.
Also, I actually think Groot would kind of hold back on this one because,
And we brought that up
because
before.
he is a very, very nice person. He always
He's not a
tries to be
person,
nice.
so okay.
Well, he's a very nice alien.
All right, so I'm
and
going
Rocket would
Groot.
definitely not hold back because Rocket is kind of a jerk.
Okay, I'm going with Groot because Rocket is a tiny raccoon with a gun. Groot is an ever-growing tree who can heal to the point that the thing that you're talking about, Aidan, was Groot was in a spaceship next to a planet. He quickly, in the matter of seconds, turned himself into an interwoven bioorganic tree ball that contained all of his people. They crashed a spaceship on a planet. And he saved everybody and regrew himself from a twig. Now,
I thought that was
okay, Rocket kept him and stuck him in some water or something, and they did a little dancing pot thing. Dun, dun. Hooked on a feeling. We're going there. I'm high on believing. All right, so my point is, Rocket can't kill him, even if he tried. We just need any old body to let that little sapling grow in the dirt, and we're good. I think though that Groot's strength is just so much more than Rocket. I think Rocket would have a really hard time hurting him. We see in the movies and in the comics that he can quickly, very rapidly construct a shield out of twigs that he can just hold up. We saw in the prison breakout in the MCU movie that as all the guards were shooting those high-powered drones and they were shooting guns at him, he quickly made a shield and protected himself. And even though splinters were flying off everywhere, it didn't seem to even hurt him. He could just keep making more. I don't know how, but he did. So my money's on Groot. But I guess, again, the third episode in a row, we somehow have disagreed. So what are we going to do?
Bring in the tiebreaker. Come in here, Kieran!
Hi, hello, it's me. I'm Kieran. I'm the tiebreaker. Apparently.
So the matchup today
Son?
is Rocket.
Wait, time out. Drum roll.
You haven't said your decision yet. I'm just telling you what the matchup is.
Fair enough.
The matchup is Rocket Raccoon versus Groot.
Okay.
Okay. We obviously disagree. So who do you think it's gonna be?
Alright, can I?
Now you need a drum roll.
Okay, so after great deliberation, I've decided that the winner will be Groot.
Yes!
I knew it.
2-1!
Dang it.
And my reasoning is well, first off, I'm gonna have a counter argument for something Aidan said. Aidan said that he thinks Rocket wouldn't hold back and Groot would. And I'm gonna say that while Rocket seems like a kind of like a jerk and a smart butt in movies and everything,
He really is.
he is also holds a soft spot for Groot.
For
and
Groot.
That's super evident in Endgame when he and in Infinity War when he dies. Well, and in Guardians when he dies. Every time he's died.
Wait, is that 3 times?
He's died twice, and Endgame is him reacting to it.
Yeah. Oh, the snap, yeah.
Yeah. So it's very evident in those moments, and he does get very upset. So I think he would hold back. And also,
It would take a lot to bring either of them to fight each other, period.
right.
That's
Also, Groot is very, very, very smart. Like, incredibly smart. And I think that was first, I don't know if it was first shown, but it was shown in a comic with the X-Men, actually, where Jean Grey read his mind. And it showed that he was actually very intelligent and used very sophisticated language and everything.
Yeah, he's super intuitive.
I didn't have it.
So
You
yeah,
have it.
I'm
Yeah, how we
gonna
read it.
say, yeah, Groot wins.
Yes. Well, that's it. There you have it. In this third episode of Who'd Win,
DC sucks.
Groot tops his friend Rocket Raccoon. If you're keeping score at home, that means Dad 2, Aidan 1.
50 in 50. And he's got 50 points.
We hope you have enjoyed our episode and return for the next one.
Subscribe.
Subscribe, wherever the button is.
It's only gonna be
Go
on
for
me,
it.
but, you know.
I think you should put it right here.
Yeah. His face.
Okay, now it should be turning off. Thanks for watching. We hope you like our videos. We hope that everyone's doing really well during this quarantine and the pandemic that's changed our entire world. We are thinking about those of you who have hardship due to your work situation and certainly your health. If we don't know you, then we're gonna have you in our thoughts anyway and hope that you feel as though you're starting to know us now. So if you like our videos, keep watching.
Hey guys, hit subscribe and hit the bell.